What's up, Blizzard Nation? Welcome back to Strictly Blizzness, episode 209. Nowhere near the studio for either of us. Presented by That Tree, Creative X Productions, Edge VR Arcade, and our friends at Cousin Subs who joined us for the last game, where you can get free cheese curds with the purchase of a 7.5-inch sub or sub in a bowl using promo code
Blizz curds.
What am I looking at now that we got that out of the way?
Well, this beautiful tree is actually brought to you by Old Key West at, you guessed it, Disney.
Nice.
So I have the pleasure of being here with the mouse this week, hanging out at Old Key West, and then hitting the parks. So
awesome.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Very cool.
And there's me.
With the mouse ears.
With the mouse ears. Can't forget the mouse ears. Gonna just have a seat, so you're not gonna have as pretty of a background, that's for sure. Anyway. So we're here to talk strictly.
Yes.
What you want to talk about?
Who's all with you at Disney this time?
At Disney, I have with me the magnificent Kate and her beau, Blake.
Awesome.
Kate and Blake.
Very cool.
Yeah. Kind of doing a spring break because she's not going to have spring breaks anymore. So we decided to take a little break for a couple of days. Blake is with us for just a couple, and then it's Kate and I. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We can start with the game or around the league, whichever you want to do.
Well, as people know, we are not much about the football side, other than we won.
True.
We'll let Cold Front handle the rest, but we won. Some other significant games around the league. Jacksonville also won, which means that Quad Cities got a loss. Fishers. What happened with Fishers? Do you know?
They won, right? They had Iowa in their building.
Yes, they won.
Yep.
They probably had the biggest point spread of anybody across the league. I know Arizona also won. A lot of these games are coming down to who has the ball last, which means that it's competitive football up right until the end. So clock management becomes an issue. Timeouts become an issue. After the 1 minute warning and the clock running becomes an issue. So a lot of really cool competitive games happening. And no, there was not 1 second left on the clock, contrary to what one coach said about our game. Was not the case. They actually, long story short, we did have some clock issues in Green Bay, which were kind of the same as what we had in Quad Cities, where they didn't quite run the clock when they should have, and then we had to go back and reset the clock because they kept it running. So yeah, we got to work on that, especially when it comes down to playoffs. But like we've always said, and like what they're going to say on Cold Front, it never should come down to the last play of the game. But we have very competitive teams that know how to do what we do best, which is football.
Yeah. It's awesome. Cool.
What else do you want to talk about the game?
We had a bunch of screaming small humans in the building.
It was fabulous. We had so many kids in the building, right around that, again, 6,000 mark. So lots of people doing lots of stuff. We had to have some seats blocked up because of the laser show. Show was fantastic. We had our first game with our broadcaster that's supposed to be with Joey all the time for color analysis, and we had Will Blackman in the house, so that was cool. Have a photo of our 3 peeps that did that. It was a great game, Ryan. I loved doing this is what we do on defense, this is what we do on offense, and they got it. They understood the difference, so that was fantastic. And I know we did throw things off here and there with the noise.
Yeah. I heard you interacted with the drum line or via photos, saw the drum line doing stupid stuff.
I saw photos of silly
God.
stuff, but said individual didn't send me photos of
Oh,
the Arctic impact people. So
yeah,
if we can get those, we'll show them here.
sure.
I didn't know if we had the release to do that. That's why I figured I didn't get any. But ooh, the wind's picking up. Ooh, it's like I have a fan going in the background. No, I don't. Just maybe we need to move a different direction here. Anyway, um, what else? How were
Let's
you
see.
during that game? Because there were a lot of kids to corral.
I didn't corral them. Not my job anymore. The team did
Dean,
well, though.
yeah, they did really well. Coach Dean was saying that it was like this meandering maze, and he thought for sure he was going to trip on one of those kids as he was coming out because they didn't make much of a straight line, that's for sure.
Yeah, we had some extra people helping, and they did really well. So it was actually a really good operational game by them. So
I can tell you this, I have not seen the beach ball at the 1 minute warning be that long on the field.
yeah,
It was on the field and in the air for quite a while. Like the promo team had to help it move.
yeah. I thought it
And
actually rolled towards Corey too, which he loves.
well, it was not just Corey, it was also against Orlando. Orlando was kind of in the middle of the field, and we tried to warn them, but they weren't moving. They
Yeah,
just weren't moving.
the ref tried to move them. Tyler Clackner tried to move them. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh well. They didn't want to move.
yeah. I don't really know if there's a rule on that anywhere in the book. It's just get out of the way if the home team's doing a promo is kind of an unspoken rule.
Well, it's a courtesy thing,
Yeah,
but it shouldn't have to be a rule. It's more of a common sense
yeah,
thing. You're in the way. So get out of the way. And Corey does his best to move, but sometimes that ball seems to attract to him like he's a magnet.
yeah. Right.
But
Yeah.
overall, a good game. Laser Show was great. Cousin Subs was fantastic. They were funny. I had them up in the suite, and I didn't get to like stay there very long with them, but I kept telling them, "I'm sorry, we don't have Cousin Subs here at the Rush. I apologize." And he's like, "Well, let's work on that." I'm like, "Yeah, let's."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be. I mean, they could rebrand a concession stand. There's always been talk over the years of the different vendors coming in, but nothing's ever really transpired.
Can you hear the golfers behind me?
No,
I'm right at a green, so they aren't golfing very well, whoever they are. So
nice. They're there
between the
for a long
laughing and
time.
between the laughing and the swearing, I'm not really sure what's happening over there.
That's
So
fair.
anyway,
Yeah.
I do have a rage cage
Oh,
when we get to that part. Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm. I
You could.
do.
I don't know what order you want to do that in before we talk
Well,
about
it's
this
Disney.
weekend, or
Yeah, let's talk about this weekend. We'll save the rage cage because it's a Disney rage,
oh
which
boy.
just seems weird for me to say those two things in the same sentence, but it is. It's a Disney rage.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, what's going on this weekend, Ryan?
Away game Saturday, 4 p.m. Fishers, Yahoo, huge game. So
Big game.
they're playing out of their mind, and they do good at putting crowds in the building. So should be a pretty hostile environment. If you're not going to that game, we were doing something pretty cool here with Blizzard bowling strike back against breast cancer with Ribbon of Hope. So we will have some lanes at a Schwabanon lanes. I think 3 p.m. that'll start. We'll turn the game on the actual bowling display. We've talked about it before. Once the game starts, there are two options to attend that. So $15 and you can bowl, and that's going to Ribbon of Hope. And then which I think we're $5 donation if you're coming to watch it to donate to Ribbon of Hope. If you're just coming to hang out, because you can sit there and watch it on the screens too. You do not have to bowl. So I think we'll have some giveaways if I can figure out how to track top score and all that other stuff. I think our friends at Carbless are going to help out. I believe both PCM Credit Union and Baycare Plastic will be there too, who are sponsors of Star Wars Night as well.
Very cool. And it's Fisher's Star Wars night. So
Yeah.
we'll be watching Star Wars while we strike back.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll
All cool stuff.
see what they do. I have no idea. They're not notorious for doing special jerseys or anything like that, but they do a really good job. So I'm curious to see it. So,
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have something going on.
yep.
All right. I do have a shout out from the last game.
Sure.
I didn't get his photo because I was in the lobby directing traffic, but I want to give a shout out to the one Orlando fan that I know was there because he had an Orlando Pirates shirt on. So, shout out to Dickie Owens. He's an over the road truck driver who was by chance in northern Wisconsin in Rhinelander and came down to watch the game. He's also part of the fan club in Orlando. So, they're excited, because they lost the Predators. So they're looking forward to a relationship with the Pirates. I don't think it's there yet, but they love the league. They love the idea that, there's somebody back in that building and just hoping for some outreach from Orlando. And that should be coming. So, yeah. So shout out to Dickie Owens.
Very cool. Yeah, I think he said hi to me while I was waiting for diabetes awareness partners to check in and arrive. So, yeah, I think I met that same guy. So
He's the only one I saw in an Orlando blue. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Nice guy. Anything else? Do you want to? We're not unpacking our Star Wars night, correct? Because we're going to save that for next week.
Yeah, we'll do that next week.
Okay. Maybe I'll have some Star Wars photos I can share from this trip.
Awesome.
What else you got?
Not a lot.
No.
Feels like there's not really time until we pass Star Wars night for us to work on resetting because it's another huge one with a whole bunch of moving pieces. And streaming an away game as a bowling alley is not a normal thing. So,
right. Everything is going to be. It just seems like the past month because the 2 games back to back and now these 2. So it's a month worth of. Oh my goodness, we have to get this done.
Yeah.
So,
and then call it 20, 23 weeks, 21 days till dairy night. So, yeah.
Yeah. So not even
a lot. Just waiting
no.
for the Star Wars merch to come in so we can show that off and get rocking and rolling. It should be a pretty awesome game.
So we should have a lot on the table for our next episode.
Yeah, and if not, we'll just show the images on the screen depending on the shipping information. I'll know all of that by the time we actually are done filming. So I'm supposed to get an email today. So
well, and I hope it would because there's only 4 days after. Yeah. So it needs to get moving.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go into my rage?
You're gonna rage at Disney, which is weird.
I know, and it's not about Disney.
Oh, okay.
It's not about Disney, but it's at Disney. So let's do my rage. I think it's time. Okay. So one of the things that I love about Disney, and I know that anybody that has kids does as well, is you love to see the reaction on your kids' faces, right? I mean, that's what Disney's about. It's about seeing the magic in their eyes. It's about experiencing things for the first time. It's about experiencing things together as a family. So in that same vein of experiencing things as a family, Blake had not seen the fireworks Happily Ever After. So we stayed at Magic Kingdom to do the fireworks. And I went to the popcorn stand to get waters, and those 2 were out in the crowd. And Ryan, you know what it's like, fireworks time. It's people are everywhere. They have tape on the ground trying to show you where's a walkway, where's not. There's people doing their semaphore thing with, no, you have to go this way and whatever else. So I am trying to find the kids. So I'm kind of looking. Of course, I have my hands full, so I can't look at my phone. I get to a spot where I can stand. I get all set and find out that I'm nowhere near where Kate is. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to sit here and watch most of the fireworks. And then all these people come carting through, which that's fine. People can stand in front of me because you're looking up, right?
Yeah.
But then I look and these parents have their phones out and they're just doing one of these with their phone watching the fireworks. So in front of my head are these phones. And that's all I see are people's phones instead of enjoying it together with their families. I totally get if you want to like videotape your kid looking at the fireworks in amazement and awe. You can pick up the video of the fireworks online somewhere. You don't have to
Yeah.
record it yourself. And you're not watching if you're recording. So
Right.
there's phones everywhere. I can barely see the castle because they're all holding them above their heads to watch. They're not watching clearly. And then I look down and all their kids have their phones out too and they're holding them up watching through their phone. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my word, what have we done? What have we done?
The number of times I record something and then never watch it again is actually pretty common. So I don't even know why people do that. So
Well, that's just it. And what good is it going to do? It'd be cool if, again, you'd rewatch it if it was the girls in awe of what
sure.
they were seeing. You'd absolutely watch that when they got older. So it was just very disappointing to see. Um, and the other thing is when you're at Disney and you're even riding on the bus, you just got done with a long day and your kid is in a screen with the volume turned up. So the volume turned up is one thing, but it's 11 o'clock at night. This little boy is probably
Right.
5 or 6, and he's got his nose in a phone watching a video. Number one, all of us can hear what he's watching. Number two, talk to your child about what you just experienced today. What happened to that? You know, they're so wrapped up in their phones, they don't even know what's going on around them. There's so much to talk about after a day at Disney. What was your favorite part? What should we do again? What do you want to do tomorrow? You know, so many questions, so
Hmm.
many questions. And it's just disheartening that parents think that that's a method of parenting. And I know there'll be those of you that'll say, well, you know, it's so hard to keep kids interested. Yeah, but if the
Right.
more you put them in their phone, the more dopamine they get from their phone. And then guess what? They're addicted to their phone,
Yep.
just like a lot of adults.
True.
Anyway, very true. So
It's a,
that's my
it's a
rage for this week.
valid rage, Cage. It's not at
Yeah,
Disney. It's just regarding Disney.
right. Disney peeps, get your crap together. Experience Disney the way that you should. All right? Come on now. Anyway. And
Awesome.
we'll have more news on certain Disney aspects when we have our Star Wars episode, which will be our next episode, when we talk about Disney and Star Wars and how they're related.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Should probably figure that out before next episode.
Yeah. Or we have to retract it, one or the other.
That won't need to be done. I just need some of the details. Whenever you do something like that, there's got to be all sorts of asterisks and bullet points, number three, and sign on the taxes
Yeah,
of
you have to
giving
have,
something away. Like, yes. So,
yeah,
yep.
yeah, you have to have
We've never given away
some
something of that
regulations.
magnitude. Yes. So,
Yeah. Okay, it's getting a bit windy out here, so
yeah,
there's leaves flying around, so I'm going to move
fair
because
enough.
I'm gonna get pelted in the face with something. I just know it. So bear with me. Ooh, now it's like super dark. Okay.
Oh, boy. I bumped my laptop.
All right. Now we're inside a 2 bedroom at Old Key West. Actually, a really cool place to stay. And it's funny because it does remind me a lot of Old Key West. So
Have you
just
stayed there
kind of take a
before?
look. Yeah, we've stayed there here before. They're part of Vacation Club. So we stay here not a lot, but if we can't find other places that are open, then we'll stay here. So very cool place.
Awesome.
Lots to do. Lots of great places to eat as well. I'm heading to Epcot today, so I don't have my Figment ears on, but these are meant to look kind of like I call it the globe. Everybody calls it the big golf ball, but
Sure.
that's Spaceship Earth at
Yeah.
Epcot. but I got my Figment shirt on, my Figment
Nice.
bands on. Yeah. So very much figmented out for today.
Awesome. Well, I won't keep you from vacates. Come out and bowl with us, and we'll unpack Star Wars next Monday. I don't think much more than that. So,
So let's give them, what's the time for the start of bowling? When does the watch
uh,
party start?
the
When should they get there?
3:30, I think I put in the thing. 3 to 3:30. We'll start the game at 4. Obviously, I don't think we'll start bowling until the game starts as well. So,
Excellent.
yep.
Excellent.
Or check on social because Ben has posted it a couple times already, and it'll be posted a couple more times. So,
So do you have any space with you and I? Because I do have somebody that wants to bowl with us. I was going to say golf with us.
yeah,
Bowl with us. All
yeah.
right, Kyle's going to come and bowl with
Oh,
us.
cool. I assume
So
Tyler's showing up too because he thought he was going to Fishers and now he's not. So,
he is not, and Helen's not coming up for the weekend. So I
cool.
believe he is also coming to
I'm surprised. I'm not
maybe.
sure he watches this. That Mikey also didn't sign up. I know he's a bowling guy. There's a couple bowling people I know from the village that I was surprised when I blasted the village didn't hop on board, but
Yeah,
family
I'm
stuff.
surprised.
Yep.
Like Mert and Mikey both.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see. I know I have another person at Trinks that talked about coming, and he's a bowler as well. So
Cool.
hopefully we get I'm sure there'll be plenty of people that come out to bowl.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's competitive bowling, well, that's another
Sure.
story.
That's yeah. It's not a tournament. It's for fun and supporting the cause. So,
Exactly. There, yeah, like you did say there'd be prizes, so there's
yep.
that, but
Yeah,
maybe we give
that's easy when
most
you have
better
a Star
balls.
Wars ball. That's easy to do. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Blizzard Nation? We have breaking news for you. Ironically, we interrupted our own show with breaking news, which is actually hilarious. And a guest from way far away. 2 guests. I'm the only one actually where Blizzness is filmed. But we'll get to the breaking news. We are joined by IFL commish and our very good friend of many years, Todd Tryon, who knows exactly what we're talking about.
I don't know
Oh
how
man, I
breaking
hope he
news
does.
this is going to be. I'm here to promote this weekend's game. I was told there's a pretty big game that's going to kick off this weekend, and it's obviously the 1 versus 2 on the east side, and Green Bay gets to travels to Fishers, and it is our kickoff game of the weekend on Yahoo Sports. Yahoo Sports been an outstanding partner for us, and this upcoming weekend is kind of when we're really starting to promote the IFL Cup that's coming up. But I really wanted to camp out on the game this weekend. That if you guys are not tuning in, I recommend tuning in. 5 o'clock Eastern. We talk Central Time. We're figuring out how to talk Eastern Time, but big game on Saturday, isn't it?
It is. It's a huge game for us. I think we'll call this more of a special report than breaking news because the news has been out there for months that we play Fishers this weekend. So let's talk about the East just a little bit. Todd, you'd have to agree that these games have been pretty close. We're seeing great. I think of years back when we didn't have a lot of competition amongst the league, and this year has been nothing, both East and West, from a competition standpoint, and keeping fans on their edge of their seats until the very last play of the game. So, you want to comment on that at all? I think we've got some great. I don't know. You tell us what you think, and then I'll chime in after.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, to talk about the East because that's what we're on here for. I mean, you guys, it's kind of a good news, bad news. You guys set the bar so high this last year that you had some teams that loaded up to come and get you. That's one thing about being at the top is you've got to respond and rebuild and get ready because everyone's coming to get you. And are you hungry enough to stay there? And it looks like you are 5-1 playing Fishers, who's 5-1. But there's 4 other teams right now that are extremely competitive. And I think Iowa's going to figure some things out and turn it around. But right now there are 6 teams that I mean, you guys are it's every weekend. It is going to be a dogfight. And I think we saw this last weekend. Tulsa, who 1-3 goes to Arizona. I mean, they had that game they had it for 59 minutes and 30 seconds, but you play 60 minutes, and Arizona snuck one out of there. But yeah, parity. I mean, that's the word that we're looking for, and you always look to achieve that in a league to where when you put matchups out there, there's no guarantee to the win. And I would say, especially on the road, it's tough to win on the road in our league.
It's very tough on the road, especially in Fishers. They always put in a great crowd, lots of people, very loud. It's going to be a hostile environment for our guys, but I think they're ready for it. And you're right, parity has been something that we have tried to build within the league over the last couple of years, and I think we have it. We have it both on the East and on the West, especially the top 3 or 4 teams on the East. And you say people are coming after us. We had to rebuild too. I mean, we lost a lot of our key players. So I think that the fact that we have a coach that knows how to build a winning team and put together the right kind of guys, whether he's bringing them in from elsewhere and teaching them his scheme. I mean, we've had to do some work ourselves, but we're excited about this weekend. You want to talk about the West a little bit? What's happening there?
Well, the West, we've got 3 teams that look to, as of right now, all right, we're 25-30% in the season. We've got 3 teams that appear to be a cut above the other 4, but the other 4, I mean, that fourth spot, playoff spot, that thing is up for grabs. And, I think we know in our league that, with it being a quarterback-driven league, one injury can, I mean, it can flip the table here, and anything can happen. But the West, we have a huge matchup also. And so this weekend, we start the weekend off. You guys are traveling to Fishers, and then we end the week on Yahoo Sports in Vegas. Arizona going to Vegas, 2 top teams in the West. And so, I mean, this weekend we get a chance to flex our muscles to show 2 top teams on each side what we're really about. It's both of them are live on Yahoo Sports.
Yeah, amen. And we got something else that's special that's coming up in 2 weekends. What do you got? What do you got to talk about there? People have been asking about it. What is it? What is it going to do?
Are we talking the Cup now?
I'm talking the Cup now. I've changed
Oh.
topic. We're on to the next week. We're done with week 8 already.
Yeah, so leading into Memorial Day weekend, we have got a week to where we're gonna capitalize and capture the sports market. And we have 4 games. All right, we've got a doubleheader on Monday, be May 18th, and it's at the American Dream Center. Yes, we're playing them all, and it is going to be an absolute. It's going to be something. All right, and the logistics behind the scenes. I just hope me and my staff survive the next 4 weeks. But it is really going to be something cool. Yahoo Sports is really stepping up. They're bringing their live sports show. They're camping out there all week. There's some pretty cool announcements that they're going to be having. We got some expansion announcements that's going to happen during that week. And so we have a doubleheader on Monday where we've got Arizona playing New Mexico, Vegas playing Orlando, and then the 2 winners and the 2 losers will play in a doubleheader on May 24th, the following Sunday, to wrap things up live on Yahoo Sports. And so it is going to be a fun week. It's going to be an exciting week, and it's going to be a memorable week.
Wow, I think that's fantastic. So that's all 4 games are going to be on Yahoo Sports that week.
So one of them
Because
is
really 2 weekends.
overnight. 3 of them are on Yahoo Sports.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, you heard it here. Special report, Mr. Tryon, talking about this weekend and how important it is. So we need to make sure we come off with a win, and Ryan and I will talk about whatever the outcome is next week. Brian, you got anything else?
No. I am excited to see that thing operationalize in a mall, and you'll find out. I think you'll learn a lot about 4 coaches, right? I mean, I already know what Davis does when he gets stuck in an environment that's not normal because it happened here to start our season, right? But you have a different world, I think, as a coach when you're somewhere for a week that's not home as you prep for your next game. So you'll see a different type of leader as much as good coaches come out of this thing when you're in a different environment, and that cool. And I think it was really, when you guys came up with it, it felt very like the NBA did in the COVID bubble, right? You you created something that existed so the sport could grow and still continue in a crazy time. But this is a really unique, I think it's a great thing. And I think fans should tune in even when you don't have a horse in the race, and support the league and watch that thing on Yahoo and overnight when we play football in a mall. Like, that is a sentence that exists. So I'm excited for it.
It is. It's really cool. And I think also, you mentioned the coaches. There's something unique that they will have to be up against, right, with practicing and everything else that happens when you're on the road. But they're both on the road, so nobody's got that home field advantage. And even more importantly, it's tough on the players, because the players don't have their normal regimen with treatments and, anything else that they might be doing. So the comforts of home are not there. So I'm looking forward to what they're going to do. But we'll get through this weekend first.
Yeah, can I ask a question that a fan may ask? So if a fan travels to that, will there be seating in the mall too? Like, how will that work? What can a fan expect who may want to attend that event live?
There's up to 3,000 seats. There's suites available. There's 3 levels. There's field level, there's a second level, and then there's a high level that oversees everything. And so it is a really cool, unique setting. The roof of it is glass. So, during the noon game, we had to time it right so the sun wasn't over the glass. And so that's kind of why, we had to have a noon game. We couldn't have it a little later, but it is really a cool.
That's cool.
If you haven't been there, it's a cool setting. And hey, Ryan, aren't you on a bye that week?
So someone already asked me the question you're about to ask me, and then he retracted the question. So go ask him if he wants to ask the question.
Just curious if you're on a bye that week.
I am, yes.
Are you? Okay. All right.
Yes.
Just
Yep.
wondering. Okay.
So we're sending Joey Bonadonna and BJ Steffen. So they're taking our place that week.
No, exciting, and I think great work, Todd. I've had the privilege to know you as a friend for many years and a peer. This is really cool, and I think it's a great way to move the league forward. So great work.
Well, appreciate it.
Amen. And I know people can't take me seriously with figment on my head, but it is what it is. It's what you get today. So.
Well, thank you for joining us, Todd. And IFL fans and Blizz fans, be sure to watch 2 incredible matchups on Yahoo Sports over the weekend and the rest of the IFL slate on overnight. Be a good weekend of football, and then keep following the IFL on social and watch all things IFL Cup coming. And Todd, we hope you see you in Green Bay for an Eastern Conference Championship game again.
All right. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you all for tuning into this special report. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Cool.
All right.
Should we do the awesome thing that we have now figured out remotely?
Oh, yeah. We have to cross over the same
Yes.
shoulder that we do.
Do you have to
So
switch
I have
phone
to
hands?
Yeah, I got to change my phone hand. So I'm doing this. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm doing that. Yeah.
Nice.
So whenever you're ready,
All right. Should we hit him with it?
let's hit them with it.
Go Blizz.
Go Blizz.
Nailed it.
Got it.
Don't forget to like, follow,
subscribe,
share,
and ring that notification bell to get all of our content in your inbox.